So guys, I got this new piece on my car. It goes in the trunk. It's like
That's spoiler!
Ah, shit!
Oh my god.
Hey everybody, it's Brian, back, Strictly Nerd. No, we've been away for a while, but we came back for the perfect reason.
What's
and
that?
That's Star Wars.
I came for Star Wars.
I did too, twice.
Back here to film.
What?
Gross.
Yes.
We're back!
Right where we left off apparently. So yeah, we're actually going to, spoiler-free, kind of review the movie over and some of the general aspects of everything we already seen in the trailers, and just kind of talk about the mechanics of the movie and
this is coming from three fairly big Star Wars fans, I would say.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Max Rebo for the win.
Yeah. You also might notice that our background's a little weird is because we are in the new Strictly Nerd room.
New room. It has its own room now.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Brian got a new house and it's got a new room.
Yep.
So Star Wars. The Force Awakens, Episode 7. All I want to say, if you haven't seen it at this point, please go see it.
God.
Just please.
It's
do yourself a favor.
I mean, I think the general first date number was over 100 million. They're in slate to do
The first
200.
official, yeah.
The first official is 107 million, and then they're on slate to do 250 to 275 million for the weekend.
I think the the early showing night or whatever made
Thursday
58 or something.
Yeah, it was like
58 million,
which was a record.
And the one before that, the closest to that was Deathly Hallows, which was 48.
Yeah,
it's 48.
48 million.
So 10 million over.
Yeah, it's a.
And I think
lot
that
of
it kind of helps that Star Wars was in the 70s, and those people are still alive.
Yes.
So you're bridging a huge gap of people, like huge generations of people. Yeah. Harry Potter was kind of
Yeah.
So kudos to Harry Potter even to get those numbers in the demographics that they have. But like Star Wars was my father, all the way down has passed on Star Wars.
That's what I loved about when we went and saw the movie is like the range of fans that were there was so diverse. Like I was seeing people that you look at us, it's like, oh, those guys like Star Wars, you can tell. But there was people in the theater and I love it where you look at them and it's like they're wearing a Star Wars shirt. And it's like if they weren't wearing that Star Wars shirt or at Star Wars, you'd have no idea they were a Star Wars fan. And they were not hiding it. And that's what I love because some people, they will hide it. They'll be like, but then they'll go home and watch.
Because we haven't had a new Star Wars movie in 32 years.
Truth.
I'll be the first to admit that, I sat down and the previews were on, and I was like, okay, previews, I don't care anymore. The previews were great. Don't get me wrong. But I was like, I need to get this over with because my body just can't take this anymore.
It's also almost
painful. And so it's like, and then the crawl started, and it did what?
I got goosebumps. I really did.
Instant hair on my arm standing up. I could feel it in my chest. I was just like,
tears.
Yeah, it was my whole childhood just came, and it was just like, oh my god, it's here.
To the reason that we're making this video, it was fantastic.
Yeah, we all really enjoyed it.
It was incredible.
It
wasn't without fault.
Without fault, no, but it was where it needed to be.
Yes.
Being that, you're starting a whole new story arc. A lot of people didn't expect it to feel, and it's not very spoilery, but it feels like A New Hope.
Yeah.
It felt very much like A New Hope. And I think that's because it's a whole new saga. You have returning characters, but
they're passing the torch.
But they're moving on in the universe to the new characters.
And the new characters were so good.
Everybody,
I enjoyed every single one of them.
Everybody was super well rounded.
Basically, we're saying there's no Jar Jar.
Whoa!
Not only is there no Jar Jar being physically, but there's no character that equates to Jar Jar.
What if Jar Jar popped back up though?
No,
only to see him die.
If he did,
I'm sorry if you're expecting him back.
He's dead long ago. Somebody killed him.
I know, he could have survived.
Maybe someone blew up Naboo.
I've said that throughout this trilogy. If at any point someone's like, "Oh, we have to make a pit stop to Naboo," I'm going to leave. I'm going to leave and going to have someone text me. And I know you're not supposed to text in the theater, but someone is going to text me when they leave and I will come back. I mean, like we were talking about, the characters were so extremely fleshed out. Everybody had their own depth. There was nothing there that was one-sided or forced.
Yep.
There's just so much going on, but yet it still feels so controlled. Like it wasn't mass hysteria.
No.
You know, you had arcs for, you know, Finn and arc for Rey, and you know they come and they meet, and then you know you have Kylo on another arc, and while all this is going on, it's like I said, it's not mass hysteria. Yeah. They're not like having to cut to all these different areas to fill you in on, hey, what's happening?
Yep.
It was all very controlled and very well written and well directed.
Yeah.
I will say that they did some things that I really thought made it more intense. Was just the sound effects. I think were stronger, from the lightsaber to the blasters to that growl.
Yeah.
Like when things are going on, you know, there's that there's like a growl going on, and it's very like, if you played any Star Wars games, you know the sound that you make when you would do like Force Run. It was that,
yeah.
Like they used that kind of a noise to amplify some of the things going on, but it was very bassy, and it just made you like sink. Like it really it you know, drew out a lot of emotion for me. It was like, oh god, something's,
yeah.
You know,
They did
oh god.
A great job. They did a great job giving the Force a sound.
Yeah.
Like, because it's not something you really think about before you see this movie, and you're like, wow, they did a really good job at making it like it has a sound and it's very fitting.
And a different look too.
Yeah.
I think. I mean, they're
that's true.
Not spoiling anything, but they're like. Of course, in the original trilogy, the technology was only so good. You know, they could only do so much. But with this one, yeah, I mean, there's.
We see the Force used in a little bit different ways in this one, and
nice.
it's really cool.
So I've seen it 3 times already, and it held up every time. Like,
yes,
I mean, it was moments in between showing 1 and showing 2, and I still was super just enthralled. And then got some sleeps, a little bit of sleeps, and then did some work on, you know, doing this stuff, and then that night, Friday night, went and saw it in 3D. And I'm not a big pusher of 3D, but I think that this 3D does this movie a lot of justice. It just, there's something about it that just drew me in even more so than seeing it the other 2 times. And so, I mean, if you're on the fence about 3D, go for it. If you can't see 3D, I'm sorry, but you know, if you're on the fence, I would go 3D over standard, because I just felt like there was more. The depth there was a bit.
I think pretty much everybody's going to need to see it multiple times in theaters, because
I think so. Do it.
Yeah, it's not only is there a few different ways to watch it, because I also want to see the D-Box with the moving chairs and all that stuff. So there's a few different ways to experience it, but also like we can't own it at home yet, so like
you can pre-order it on Blu-ray already, though, which is funny.
Yeah,
Star Wars everywhere.
Star Wars is everywhere, and it's a great day to be alive. Like, it is a great day to be a nerd. It's a great day to
like maybe 5 years ago, maybe a little bit. I don't know when they announced it, but like we were living in a world where Star Wars wasn't going to happen again.
Yeah.
There was like George Lucas did not have any intention of making another one, and we were just like. Like, I remember thinking that, like, I want more Star Wars, but it's not going to happen.
Yeah, it was like, you were like, the EU is so rich. Yeah. Why are we not tapping into this? And George Lucas was like, I'm George Lucas. And you guys hurt my feelings with the first prequel, so, you know what? Fuck you. Like, that was George Lucas.
Well, if you guys don't want it, then fine.
Yeah, so...
Which is pretty much what happened, and I'm glad he did that, you know?
I wonder who convinced him to sell it, though. Like,
I don't know.
There had to... I want to know what the story is behind
Because
that.
he didn't need the money.
No, not at all.
I think... Watching the movie, I didn't know how much I was gonna like Poe, because you know, it's a fighter. He's a fighter pilot. I mean, this is all stuff you know in the trailers, Poe and stuff like that. But there's things that go on, and you know, I really fell in love with Poe.
Poe's cool.
He's a good character.
He's a great actor, and I think that's made me more excited for Rogue One. And it makes me excited for more spin-off movies.
Yeah.
Because then it's like, they're going to start picking out these characters and making these full-on series and stuff. And it's just going to be like,
I'm super nervous though for the Han Solo spinoff that they're gonna do because
They still don't have a Han Solo yet, do they?
No.
no, and that's
unless
what
they're
I'm
keeping
nervous
it. Unless they're keeping it secret.
Yeah, that's what I'm nervous about. Because
Everybody
one of
wants
the things
Chris
that-
Pratt.
No, it's not. Chris Pratt.
One of the things
too
that I
old.
really liked about this movie was that even though Rey, Finn, and Poe are all actors that have been in things before, they're not superstars. They're
What's
not.
the
I looked
Ray,
them up.
Ray wasn't.
No, I looked
She's
up.
not
She was in
very-
nothing that I.
She was like in commercials, I think.
The only thing that I knew Finn was from Attack the Block. That was it. That
Okay.
actor. It's a good movie, but yeah, it was. See, that's the thing. It's kind of like one that a few people really like, but it's not super well known.
Mhm.
And then the guy that plays Poe, like he's actually been in a few
Yeah.
things that I've seen before.
Well, he's
He's blown up.
Sucker Punch.
Yeah.
Ex Machina. He's Apocalypse in X-Men Apocalypse. He was. Did I say Sucker Punch? I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Sucker Punch. Yeah.
He's
Like,
in a few things.
But
but he's always been super good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Powerful. Like he was one that you were like, oh, he's a hook.
But
yeah, he's
it,
been in a few
it
things.
very much felt like the original movies where they pulled, unknown characters,
which is
actors
good.
and stuff.
Which is good.
And then they made their career, which is pretty much exactly what's going to happen.
Yeah, these guys are set.
They're set for life.
These guys are
That's
super
it.
set.
They're done.
They're done.
So yeah, I mean, as you can tell, we just sit here and just ramble. Like, if you had any
I might
questions
edit it a little
about
bit.
any
Yeah.
questions about Star Wars whatsoever, you can tell that we were super excited, and it's well worth your time and money and your love. Love it because it was amazing. And if you follow us on Facebook, we did start a small closed private group
Yeah.
of people who've seen Star Wars, and we just
We're
blowing it out. We're blowing
tearing
it out.
to pieces, trying to figure it out.
We're talking about all that stuff. So if you want to join in, you can send us a direct message on Facebook.
I'll
and
put a
we'll-
link in the bottom of the description of this video and stuff, and you just click on it and click join, and we'll add you to it.
And remember, if you comment on this video, it's spoiler free. So we'll have another spoiler video up. That's where you can put theories and your thoughts and everything. If stick with comments on this one, please do not spoil it.
Yes.
Be respectful to everybody.
Yeah. Because
Please.
Brian knows that it sucks to have something explode, and I know that it really feels bad to spoil it.
And I survived. I did not get any spoils.
It wasn't a
I'm
huge
so happy.
spoiler that we accidentally gave Brian, but yeah,
was.
that's not a huge spoiler.
It depends.
It was.
Brian's crying. At
It
night.
was predictable
Still.
yet.
Exactly, yeah, but you didn't want
Well,
to
you
know.
don't want to know. You don't
It was
wanna know.
predictable, but you didn't want to know.
So anyway, go see Star Wars.
Do it.
Yeah,
And
we don't
we'll-
have to tell you.
And we'll see you in, the big three, we've been out of practice for a while, so like, share, subscribe.
And then I changed it
And,
to 4.
comment, but no spoilers, please.
Yeah, no spoilers.
On this
And,
one.
Comment with no spoilers.
It's great to be back, and we came back at the perfect time.
And then we'll be gone because of the holidays. Sorry. No, I'm sure.
We're taking it off. Because we're off and we can sit at home and make episodes.
Make silly videos for you guys to watch. So, again, I'm Brian.
Matt. Oh, we didn't even actually say who we were at
Yeah,
the beginning.
so
but
for the first time,
hopefully you know who we are.
Brian, Matt,
So,
and I'm Eric.
Brian, Matt,
Eric.
Eric.
Yeah.
See you next time.
Watch our spoiler.